This segment of Cincinnati Refined is sponsored by PharmToTable.
Thanks for watching Cincinnati Refined. Joining us now is Melody Hartzler from PharmToTable. She's here to talk about the benefits of functional medicine. Melody, welcome to Cincinnati Refined.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about, how this all got started. I know it's Women's Health Week, and in particular, you work a lot with women.
Yes.
So tell me what PharmToTable is.
Yeah, so PharmToTable is a group of clinical pharmacists that are providing telehealth services online, and so we help people get well, and our mission is to help people thrive. And so a lot of women they're taking care of their families, they're running around doing things for everything else. Sometimes they're caregivers for elderly, they're working a full-time job, and so often they're the last person to take care of themselves. So not that we only serve women, but we are really passionate about women and helping them get their hormones corrected, their stress levels under control. Stress can cause a huge issue and throw off not only the hormones but GI issues. When we're feeling like we're running from a bear, we're often not actually in that rest and digest mode. The restorative sleep isn't happening, and so there's so many things we can do to address even nutrient depletions. When women have had multiple children, they often are depleted in nutrients, and while we have amazing fruits and vegetables, sometimes they don't have as much nutrients as they did before because of soil being depleted in nutrients. So there's so much that we can help people to optimize their biochemistry in their body.
So you kind of see a lot of people that maybe on paper their labs look fine, but they just don't feel right.
Correct.
And
yes.
Maybe the fatigue or GI issues, and that's where functional medicine comes in?
Yes, exactly. So oftentimes patients will come in and they have had a thyroid test and their doctor says this is normal. The thyroid range is huge, and so normal versus optimal are different things, and so we can actually look at the labs and see where is an optimal range for you to be in. And oftentimes fatigue can be triggered by not only nutrient depletions like iron, and maybe they're low in B vitamins or other things that are involved in that energy cycle in our body, but sometimes it can be the gut disturbances causing inflammation or the hormones being imbalanced. Maybe their hormones are not cycling properly because they're running from a bear in their mind, and whether they're sitting at the soccer field waiting for their kid, or if they're at work and their body is not thinking about making children or producing those hormones correctly. So there's so much that stress is involved in this process, but there's also the other piece of making sure we have the right nutrients to help our body have the energy we need.
So as a pharmacist, and that's really why you created this, a network of pharmacists. And so why should a pharmacist be part of your care team?
Yeah, that's a great question. So pharmacists are expanding their roles across all kinds of practices. So I've been part of a family medicine practice for my whole career in primary care, and I think the chronic disease management component, pharmacists are starting to be used in primary care in that capacity because we know about the medications and are able to take what we know about the biochemistry of the body and how the medications influence. And then bringing in the functional medicine component, we can also pull in, what does this nutrient do to that medication? Does it make the medication work better, or does it make it work less? There's some examples like nutrient depletions caused by medications. So statins, for example, which are cholesterol medications, deplete CoQ10. Birth control medications can deplete B vitamins. We also know that antibiotics obviously influence the microbiome. So being able to help people use medications more effectively is also a piece of this, or helping them to be able to make sure if they want to get off medications that we have a safe way to get off of them as well.
So really an expert in that biochemistry, and it sounds like it's very customized to each person.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And you have lots of supplements that are on your website that you can learn more about, and you have a podcast.
Yes, we have a podcast. So on our website, pharmtotable.life, you can click on podcast and you can listen to it on whatever podcast platform that you want to, but we have the foundations of health is one of the things we're really big about, and making sure people understand about stress and about movement, about community. All of those things are involved in your health, and so definitely check that out if you haven't already.
Melody, thanks for joining us today, and I also want to thank IKEA for providing our beautiful kitchen and living room set. Also, thanks to Closet by Design for our green room. You'll see that in future episodes. BLB Construction helped build the sets. They specialize in remodeling and carpets direct for our beautiful vinyl floor. Before we go, we're going to pump it up with Hawksworth Blood Centers. Abby, who are we honoring today?
Today we are pumping it up for John Mattingly. John is a local principal whose battle with leukemia sparked huge community support for blood donations. Learn more about his inspiring story and how blood donation saves lives at hawksworth.org. Now let's pump it up.
Yeah! This was so fun. You did great.